Good morning, guys. Welcome to this episode of Big South Outdoors TV. As you can look and tell, there's blue sky, there's cloudy sky. The remnants of Ida are moving across my area. The main part of it is going through the mountainous area, which is about 250 miles from here. But the outer areas or bands of the system, what's left of it, is coming through here, but we're not expecting any rain or anything like that until later today. So I decided to make a video. So what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about edging. More specifically, we're going to be talking about string trimmer versus stick edger. Which is better? I'm going to be discussing some different tricks, different tips, and breaking down some nuts and bolts of edging and what might work better for you in your application. So stay tuned. But before we get into it, be sure and hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. And when you do that, be sure and click that notification bell so you get notifications of when we post new content. So I'm gonna get set up. We'll be right back. So you might ask, what's the difference between a stick edger and a string trimmer? Well, the stick edger uses a metal blade. I hope I'm in the shot. Let me back up a little bit. A stick edger uses a metal blade, just like a lawnmower does. But it's, instead of spinning like this, it spins like this. And it actually cuts the edge on the sidewalks and stuff. This uses a string. This is a string trimmer. This is what you use for weed eating. And this has a tendency, when it's spinning, even at high rates of speed, it has a tendency to wobble. And you'll see that when I start to edge. But anyway, that's just one of the differences. To me, it depends on your application. If you've got two short or one short sidewalk to edge, and you already got the string trimmer in your hand, it doesn't make sense to walk all the way to your trailer, put the stick edger, put the trimmer up, grab the stick edger just to edge 15 feet of concrete. That doesn't make sense. If you get proficient enough at it, you can use the string trimmer to do that little bit of work. But here I've probably got 600, 700 feet to edge, but I'm doing it for the purposes of this demonstration to show you the difference in which is better and which saves time. So I'm gonna get this cranked up. I am using the stihl. I'm using the stihl FS91R, and that's what I'm gonna be using to edge this area with. As you can see, I'm out of the shot now, but as you can see, this is asphalt. It is not concrete. It is asphalt. There's no solid edge there. Concrete has a defined edge. This does not. So I'm gonna show you, and I want to compare apples and apples. So I'm gonna do it a couple of different ways and let you see the difference. Now I'm going to take you along or walk around. This is the side I did with the string trimmer. You see how wide that gap is? It's 2 fingers. I'm going to do the camera upside down so you can see. It's 2 fingers wide. As you can see, it's like that all the way around. There's a string trimmer sitting over there on the ground where I stopped. I started right there with the stick edger, and if you see how wide that is, what I did with the stick edger, I took the blade, and instead of making it straight, I kind of cricked it like that and then leaned it over like that. So this side would match the edging on the other side and it would look more uniform. Now this did not, I don't think, if it did get recorded, I apologize for this part, but anyway, this part I don't think got recorded, and that's because I bumped the tripod and cut the camera off. But anyway, I did get this side recorded, and you really can't tell a lot about it. This is the one thing I will say, the difference between a stick edger and a string trimmer. The string trimmer cleans this debris out of the edge, where the stick edger kind of throws it up onto the surface right here, and then you have to clean it up with the blower. I'll let you see the difference. I'll walk back around. You see all this debris on the edge? Now if you look over here where the string trimmer was, it's not like that. There's a little bit, but for the most part it's not like that. So I'm gonna do these other sections, and I'm just gonna let you watch. I'm gonna do part of it with the string trimmer and part of it with the stick edger, so you can see the differences once the job is completed. Okay, I'm done with this yard. I'm just going to walk you around this right here. I edged with the string trimmer. I'll get you down as close as I can and let you see. Now keep in mind, this was done with a string trimmer. I'm not going to walk the full length. I'm just going to get around these camellias here, and I'm going to hold it up. See the line right there? That's the string trimmer. Now this is with the stick edger. Now you may be asking, well, what's the difference? I don't really see much difference. Well, let me show you one of the big differences. Asphalt is not a constant like concrete is. Concrete, when they pour concrete, there's an actual form on the edge, and it makes a sharp 90-degree turn, and that's what makes the edge on concrete so crisp. This is asphalt. Asphalt is not, what's the word I'm looking for here? Asphalt is not a constant straight edge. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. You see right there, it dips out right there, and then it goes back in. And then right here, it goes back out, and then goes back in, and goes back out, and goes back in. And it's like this. It's not a constant straight edge. When you're dealing with something like that, a stick edger actually works better. And the reason why is because trimmer line has a tendency to for lack of a better way of saying it, to wobble like this, and it creates gaps. Now here's a good example right here. You see that gap, that large wide gap right there? And if you look up a little bit further, there's another one right there. That's what I'm referring to. Yeah, the edge on the grass is very, very straight, and it looks nice. But when you get a heavy rain and you got a gap that's more than 2 fingers wide, that creates a channel for water to run down, and it causes erosion. Whereas in this, it's a constant, it flows with the asphalt. As you see right there, it goes out right there and it flows with the asphalt. That's the difference between a stick edger and a string trimmer when it comes to edging. Guys, it really depends on your taste. You may like the wide gap. You may like the more finished look that comes with a stick edger. You may not mind how it flows with the actual surface of the asphalt or whatever material the driveway may be made of. But I'm going to leave this job and I'm going to go to my next job. The next job has a concrete sidewalk and a concrete driveway, and I'll show you the difference in what I'm talking about. So stay tuned. Okay, as you can see, I've got the stick edger and I've got the trimmer, string trimmer. As you can see, this is a concrete driveway and the sidewalk goes across there. It's concrete too. I'm gonna get as best quality of footage for you as I can of how concrete is different than asphalt and which one of these does a better quality job of edging. So I'm gonna stop it, get my hearing protection on, and get started. Okay, now I edged this with a string trimmer, as you saw. Now if you look, you see how much matter is left right there that the string trimmer could not cut? Right there, look at there. It gets even worse up here. It's edged, it's away from the concrete, but you look at the roots and stuff that are left that the string trimmer will not cut. Now the grass is back away from the concrete, but the roots are still there. Now I'm gonna do it with the same area and I'm gonna do the rest of the whole job with the edger, and then I'm gonna take you around and show you the difference. Okay guys, I'm finished cutting this one, but I did want to take you around and show you the edging. As you can see, that's the string trimmer would not go down beside the concrete, but the stick edger, it really cleaned that edge up and really defined it really nice. And you can see it all the way up. I'm just gonna kind of walk slow and let you see for yourself. It's not the crispest in the world, but it is cleaned up. It is clean, and there's no roots or anything like that laying right up against the driveway like there was with the string trimmer. And I said at the beginning of this video, every application is different, and it depends on your particular application as to which one would work best. That is something you will have to decide for yourself. Now, as far as my opinion really does not matter. I know what works best for me, but I'm not making this video about me. But I will say this: when it comes to, I'm gonna flip the camera around if it'll let me. Nope, it won't. I will say this: when it comes to a brand new job where you have never edged, a stick edger is far superior than a string trimmer, bar none. There is no comparison. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a second. But if you have been doing jobs for a couple of months or a year and you've got a well-defined edge, then a string trimmer would probably work okay. But I will say this, I say this on many videos: time is money. And until you get, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to find the best angle here. Until you get proficient with a string trimmer, a stick edger is the way to go, because a string trimmer uses a lot of line. You go through a lot of line trying to edge, especially concrete. But until you get fairly proficient with it, you know exactly how to hold the string trimmer, you know exactly what direction to walk, you know exactly what pace to walk. A stick edger is far superior. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been informative to you. There's not much more. I'm sorry about that. There's not much more I can say. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and hit the like button, guys. If you enjoyed the content, if you found it informative, if you learned something new. Be sure and smash that subscribe button. And when you do, especially if you're new to the channel, when you smash that subscribe button, be sure and click the notification bell so you don't miss any content. This is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV, saying live big, live southern, and live outdoors. Have a good day, folks.